Hello. Hi there. I'm Diva Carla. Goodness gracious. I'm not going to start it over. I'm just going to drink water. Thank goodness I have my water with me. Let me see if my voice will come back. The sun is setting right behind me. It's really beautiful. I love sitting in my sunroom from dawn till dusk. So I'm Diva Carla, the Cosmic Crone, visionary mentor and orgasmic guide to wise women on the path to claiming your power, embodying your power of sex, wealth, and voice. And I've been thinking about what is it that women get when they work with me. And I've come up with some answers, looking through what my former clients have said and retracing some of my own healing journey. And I'd like to share those with you. I think you will find them illuminating and hopefully inspiring. So I just want to say this about results. I have a whole medicine bag of tools and processes and practices and rituals that I walk with women through. And what people get is about what they want, where their pain is, what they desire, and how much they're willing to practice and step into the material that I work with them. And the other thing about what you get, I'm going to talk about what we get if we work together extensively. But what's amazing, and this is certainly true in my own life, is what do you get that is ongoing? Once you work with someone in a program and have transformation, everything changes from that moment forward. You don't make the same decisions that you would have before. The people in your life change. The things that you thought you wanted, the habits and practices the ruts you were in, they're not there anymore. So I cannot predict all of the things that you would get from working with me, but I can predict at least 10 things, and I'm going to share them with you now. So the first result is you connect deeply to your feminine. You really get embodied as the feminine. And that's important because we live in a neck-up society. And this was something that when I first started my spiritual journey, it was one of the big motivators. It's like, I do not want to talk about it. I do not want to think about it. I want to feel it. I was just exhausted from living in my head and wrestling constantly with ideas, trying to understand things with my mind that could not be understood with my mind, that needed to be felt and known in my body. And I felt so disconnected from that. And the women come to me with that complaint, and some of them know it, and some of them find out shortly after we start working together, because we go right into the body's truth. The second thing women get from me is self-love. We always talk about self-love. We don't talk about it. We do it. We practice it. Everything from erotic self-love to tender self-nurturing, being your own mother, being your own best friend, being your own best lover. And self-love, it's a kind of a buzzword, and I don't care, because if we all loved ourselves naturally, we wouldn't need to be talking about it. It would just be part of the atmosphere of our lives. And now, because we don't have it, because we've actually learned to actively hate ourselves, you have to develop a skill set of self-love and practice and deal with the discomfort, because it can be incredibly discomfort. As you're peeling away the layers that you've built, the layers of pain and self-hatred, then what happens is you get triggered. Your triggers that you've been protecting yourselves against, they are raw and they are ready. And the next person you run into is probably going to trigger you. And that's a good thing. So the third thing you can get is that you can look at your triggers. You can look them in the face. You can look them in the mirror, because what's triggering you out there is talking about something that's going on inside of you. A belief, a pattern, a fear, something that you're trying to hide from because it hurts. So here's what's beautiful about being able to look at your triggers. You love yourself through your triggers. You have attained mastery. So I walk with you in that. And the longer you work with me, the deeper we walk. I work with women, but I've got a month-long program, a 4-month program, and a 13-month program. So the more we do, the longer we're together, the more deeply you can go into all of this. So here's the fourth thing. You connect with your power. That wall of obstacles, the pain, the thing that you set up to avoid getting triggered, and it triggers you anyway because it's there. I like to call it Our Lady of Perpetual, what the fuck, I did it again. So when that thing you keep running into, that mistake you can't stop making, how do I know? Ask me. That's where your power is. The most powerful part of you, probably as a very young child, established those patterns, those walls, those obstacles, those coping mechanisms, and it seemed to work when you were a kid. It seemed to make sense with a child's understanding of the world. And you find, as you're going out into the world as an adult, those things do not work. They trip you up. They keep whatever you want seems to be just on the other side of the glass. And how the hell are you going to break the glass? Well, what you learn when you connect with your power is there is no glass. That's a huge result. The fifth thing is you unlock the power in your pelvis. See, women, once again, we've been taught the power is here and here. And the pelvis is where, messy things happen, like blood or pregnancy or the fear of pregnancy or infertility or cancer or endometriosis or pain or rape or memories of trauma. We associate all of these things with our pelvis. And we forget that the pelvis is about pleasure and creation and wide open spaces and the connection to the cosmos. We women source our power through our pelvis. And that is the absolute core of the work I do with women. And you will not believe how your life will change. And sex, wealth, and voice. So the sixth thing is sex. We're going to unlock the power of our pelvis. We're going to unlock the power of sex. Our sexuality is the flame to the fire on our hearth, the sacred candle on the altar, the well of replenishment at the center of our being. And yes, so what happens? I mean, this is like 10 different things all at once. What happens with sex? I always work with women around educating you about your body, how your feminine sexuality is designed physically, mentally, emotionally. And one of the results when you have that information is you become more orgasmic. You can orgasm in different ways. And you also begin to understand that orgasm is and your sexuality is more than what happens in your relationship or what happens in bed or between your legs. It is your connection between earth and sky. It is your power source. So that leads to so many extraordinary changes and benefits. Wealth. Once you have cleared out shame, misinformation, trauma around your sexuality, then you can open up to wealth. One of my teachers used to say that wealth is the measure of the intimacy you're willing to share with the world. Wealth is your outer expression of your sexual orgasmic energy. Wealth includes so many things: love, nourishment, friends, land, nature, opportunities, your self-worth, your self-appreciation and self-love, and money. And money is a beautiful metaphor for all those other things. What if money were simply energy? What if money were a metaphor for all the good things in your life, instead of being this thing that we love to hate, that we love to love, that we wish we could love, that we wish we could have more of, that we wish were easy? Well, let's make it easy. We work together on a rock-solid, healthy, abundant relationship with money, your value, your worth. And we make wealth easy. Then your voice. These are all parts of a pyramid, a beautiful pyramid that has 4 faces. One face is orgasm. That's the energy. And the other 3 faces are sex, wealth, and voice. Your voice is connected. Your throat is connected to the organs of your pelvis, your cervix, your uterus, your sacred spot. And when you can make that clear, unobstructed connection between your sexuality and your voice, you can speak your truth. You can feel the truth in your body, and you can have the courage and the confidence to say what you want, what you think, and where your boundaries are. It can be as simple as feeling and honoring your yes and your no. We work on your voice. And again, it's a set of skill sets and practice to speak your truth. Life purpose. A lot of the women who come to me, even as midlife women, they're looking for their life purpose. They've taken certain channels in their lives, certain pathways that were expected of them or that made sense. I for one, I had children much earlier than I thought I would, in my early 20s. And then all of a sudden I was becoming a school teacher. How did that happen? I never wanted that. Well, that's what happens to us in our lives. We women we have a desire to nurture and take care of others. We're also often expected and groomed to nurture and take care of the others. And sometimes it just happens when we fulfill the desires for love and family and children, which many of us have that and want that and get that. We can lose our own sense of purpose. And then, of course, in midlife, the children grow up, relationships change. A lot of us feel this powerful urge to change our careers. What are we going to do? Why are we here? What's my purpose and mission? These are things that you begin to learn, and Desire and Destiny starts opening that right up for you. That's a 30-day program that I do that starts with Divine Feminine Astrology reading, and then it takes 1 or 2 sessions to drop into delving into your unconscious obstacles and desires that you have forgotten you have, so you can begin to see what is it you really want, and what's stopping you from having it. Incredibly valuable work. So, your life purpose. And for some of you, it's clarity and permission. You already know what you want. You already know your life purpose. You've just haven't been living it fully. And you need somebody to say, yeah, permission. Say no to that so you can say yes to this. And yeah, I give you permission. You discover how to give yourself permission. And the last thing, the 10th thing women get from working with me is intimacy with self. That is, in so many ways, foundational. You must love yourself in order to receive love from another, in order to give love from another. You have to have a full well, a full cup. I learned that we give from the overflow. And this takes practice, and it takes sometimes stop giving until you fill up. And don't mistake giving as receiving. They're not the same. You need both channels open, the give channel and the receive channel, and giving can lead to receiving. But if you are running on empty, if you are burnt toast crispy, if you are depleted, sick, on the verge of breakdown, and we've all been there. I don't know a single woman who hasn't been there at some point. Adrenal burnout, it's time for you to reverse the flow and let the receiving come to you. And be your own best lover, best friend, best caretaker. And look into yourself, see, into intimacy, so that you'll know what feeds you, what pleases you, what turns you on. Why are you here? What brings you to orgasm? These are the important benefits women get from working with me. And I hope you found it inspiring, illuminating, and you saw yourself. You said, oh yeah, that's what I want. Oh yeah, that's what's going on with me. Oh yeah, I'm getting some of that. I'll be back tomorrow with more from the Cosmic Crone. Bye-bye.